Hi, I'm Ric Viers, and welcome to the Detroit Chop Shop. We are the world's largest producer of sound effects, and so I'm going to give you a quick tour today, and we're going to start off in the equipment room. This is where we start our projects. We start on the whiteboard, and we come up with all of the ideas of things that we want to record for the sound effect library. Doesn't matter what the idea is, it ends up on the board, and our goal is to go for as many of these sounds as humanly possible. So it's kind of like our scavenger list. Once we know what we're going to record, we go out and record it. And so we go to our mic cabinet, grab our mics. We've got recorders, camera packages, all the stuff we need for the field, our sound carts, etc. So we get all our gear loaded up, and we head out in the field and record our sounds. This here is a melted blimp, courtesy of Rode Microphones. I was inside of a fire suit with the oxygen mask, I had the gloves, the whole 9 yards, and I'm in the unit, the flashover unit with the fire department. It's 1,000 degrees in there. It was like 450 degrees where we were standing. So we're there for I lasted maybe 5-10 minutes, and I'm like, all right, uncle, my hands were burning. And so this serves as a reminder of the dangers of recording too close to fire. So this is our prop room. This is where we store all of our sound effects props. We have everything that we need, from chains and glass bottles to coconut shells, for horses. So this is our Foley room. This is where we record all of our sound effects here at the studio. In this room alone, I have smashed thousands of bottles. We've brought in car parts like car doors and car trunks. And I have smashed thousands of vegetables and pieces of fruit in this room. But yet, amazingly, it still smells nice. And now we head over to Studio D. This is where we do a lot of our tracking. We have our voiceover booth that we also use for ADR. So when I designed the room, I knew that there were going to be times when I wanted more than one person doing voiceover or ADR at the same time. So we designed the room so that the glass from each one of the rooms faces each other at an angle so that they can communicate visually and look at each other as they perform. It's the little things that make the difference. Here is some of the first sound effect libraries I ever worked on. In fact, this was my very first sound effect library, and I'm very proud of this library. It's been used in probably more shows than almost any of my other libraries. I hear this one all the time. Any show on television that starts with world's dumbest or world's craziest or world's stupidest, a lot of the punches and crashes and sounds that you hear on those shows come from this library. So that makes me not only the world's largest producer of sound effects, but also the world's dumbest producer of sound effects. This way. And this is Studio A. This is my playroom. One of the coolest things about my career is that I never know where my sound effects are going to end up. With most guys that do sound for picture, they know exactly what show they're working on or what video game. With me, I just create sound effects and then they just exist, and then people use them for various productions. So it's always a gas for me when I hear my sounds being used in other productions. Especially when I'm in the story, I'm in the zone, I'm loving the story, and then all of a sudden I hear my sound effect. And recently I heard my sound effects being used for the explosion of the Sam Crow building in Sons of Anarchy. And so these are the sounds that they used. There's a car explosion. And there's a gas station explosion. There's a couple versions here. And so it sounds like the sound team took those elements and various parts of them and put them together and created this. So that's a quick tour of the Chop Shop. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, make some noise.